he lost his wife, his parents, his brother, almost everyone he loved. He was stripped naked, shaved, tattooed with a number, and marched into a concentration camp. Everything he owned, his clothes, his research, the manuscript of the book he had spent years writing, was taken and destroyed. And somehow, inside that camp, Viktor Frankl discovered something that would go on to help millions of people survive their own kind of suffering. Not an escape from pain, a reason to carry it. Today, we're looking at Viktor Frankl's life and the 4 lessons he left behind about meaning, suffering, and the one freedom no one can ever take from you. Viktor Frankl was born in Vienna in 1905. Before the war, he was already a respected psychiatrist, developing new ideas about what actually makes life worth living. In 1942, Frankl and his family were deported to a concentration camp. Over the next 3 years, he would survive 4 different camps, including Auschwitz. His father, mother, brother, and wife all died in the camps. Only Viktor and his sister survived. Inside the camps, Frankl noticed something. The prisoners who survived weren't always the strongest or the healthiest. Often, they were the ones who still had something to live for. A person waiting for them. A piece of work left unfinished. A reason. The ones who lost their reason, who stopped believing anything mattered, tended to give up within days. Frankl watched it happen again and again. He started paying attention. Even in a place designed to strip away every shred of human dignity, he began asking, what allows a person to keep going? After the war, he wrote it all down. The book was called Man's Search for Meaning. It has since sold over 16 million copies and is considered one of the most influential books of the 20th century. Here's the first thing Frankl's life teaches us, and it might be the most important idea in this entire video. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Read that again. The Nazis took his home, his career, his family, his name. He became a number. They controlled what he ate, where he slept, whether he lived or died on any given day. But Frankl noticed there was one thing that remained entirely his. How he chose to respond internally to what was happening to him. That's not a small idea. That's the whole idea. Most of us will never face anything close to what Frankl endured, but we all face moments where our circumstances feel entirely outside our control. A diagnosis, a loss, a situation we didn't choose and can't escape. Frankl's answer isn't that suffering doesn't matter. It's that even inside suffering, you still have 1 square inch of freedom left. How you hold it, what you decide it means. No one can take that from you, not even in a concentration camp. Frankl made a distinction that most of us never think to make. We ask why bad things happen. We want an explanation. But Frankl said that's often the wrong question, because some suffering has no explanation that will ever satisfy us. The better question, he said, is not, why is this happening? It's, what does this require of me now? In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. This doesn't mean pain magically disappears. It means pain becomes bearable when it's connected to something, a purpose, a lesson, a way it will shape who you become. Frankl saw prisoners endure unimaginable conditions because they had decided their suffering meant something. One man endured because he wanted to see his daughter again. Another because he was determined to finish work he believed mattered. The suffering was identical. The meaning made it survivable. What are you currently carrying that feels senseless? Frankl would ask you not to find the reason it happened, but to decide what it will build in you. Frankl borrowed a line from the philosopher Nietzsche that became central to his entire philosophy. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. In the camps, Frankl watched this play out as literal life and death. Men who still had a why, a person to return to, a purpose to fulfill, found the strength to endure horrific conditions. Men who lost their why often died within days, even without any specific illness. Frankl called it giving up. This is one of the most practical ideas in this entire video because it applies far beyond extreme suffering. When life gets hard, when work feels pointless, when you're exhausted, when you don't know why you're pushing forward, the question isn't, how do I get more motivated? The question is, what's my why right now? Who or what am I actually doing this for? Frankl believed that meaning isn't something you find lying around. It's something you actively choose and attach yourself to. And once you have it, almost any how becomes bearable. After the war, Frankl could have spent the rest of his life defined by what happened to him. Understandably so. Instead, he built an entire school of therapy called logotherapy, centered on helping people find meaning in their own lives, whatever they were facing. He didn't let the worst thing that ever happened to him become the only thing that defined him. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. This is Frankl's final gift to us. You don't always get to choose your circumstances. You rarely get to choose your suffering, but you always get to choose who you become in response to it. Frankl didn't waste his remaining decades being angry at what was taken from him. He spent them giving something back, a framework that has helped millions of people find their own reason to keep going. Viktor Frankl died in 1997 at 92 years old. He outlived the camps by more than 5 decades. He remarried, continued his work, and became one of the most influential psychiatrists in modern history, not despite what he survived, but partly because of what it taught him. His life is proof of something most of us hope is true, but rarely see demonstrated this clearly. That meaning can be found, or built, inside even the worst circumstances imaginable. If there's one thing to take from this video, it's this. You may not control what happens to you, but you always control what it means and who you become because of it. That's the freedom no one can ever take away. If this resonated with you, subscribe. We do this every week. I'll see you in the next one.